Then I didn't have on my 2025 bingo card, and that is a major update for Sons of the Forest. Now, everyone knows what The Forest and Sons of the Forest is by now. If you are a survival fan, these are two of the best survival games that you can play, I think, especially if you're into the survival horror genre, and they're just all-round brilliant games. And at the beginning of 2024, they announced that was it. That was it for Sons of the Forest, and there was no more updates, which, well, they said there was going to be small fixes when they were needed, but going into 2025, we've had a massive one. Comes with rafts, defensive walls, wall blueprints, and an absolutely monumental amount of fixes. So, as you can see here, this is the fix list. There is over 200 fixes on this list, so the team have been working non-stop for the past few months, and it's absolutely insane. There's loads and loads of cool stuff in there. I've jumped on, had a play for a couple of hours. Things seem really, really good. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. I've tested out a few of the new things, and they are really quite fun as well. We've crafted a few of the new bits, and very, very happy with it, especially the 3 new raft structures. They're awesome. They're loads of fun. There's also holders for the glider and the Night V now, which is good. I'm glad that they've added them in, because it just makes your base look a little bit cleaner. You've not got crap lying everywhere, and things just feel a little bit more homely. And at this point in the game, if you have been playing it normally and you've gone through the storyline, that's the best thing you can do about it. You can make it feel homely, you can build a community, and there is multiplayer as well on Sons of the Forest, so you can play with friends, hunting down cannibals, and just building a pretty cool village. On some of the forum pages, there's some really awesome builds that people have done. So I'm glad that it's still getting attention and still getting updates. I wonder if we'll see another Sons of the Forest, and they'll keep going and improving and making the game better. And I hope that they do that, or they do some form of DLC for Sons. But we'll have to wait and see what the future is for the team. Now, this patch originally released on January the 15th, so yes, I am a little bit late to the party with this one, but been a little bit busy, so didn't get around to it. But I was glad that I got some playtime in, tested all the new features out, and really enjoyed it. So, the new buildable holders for the Night V, the hang glider, procedural defensive wall placement system, so you can draw out where you want an entire wall around your entire base now, and let Kevin finish all of that off, which is great. There's also been Steam game recording added, and a secret clothing item that you can find, which I haven't been able to find that yet, but I'm going to continue to bust through and see if we can find it relatively soon. If you do want to see a clothing guide, that's one guide I haven't done on Sons of the Forest, then let me know. I may look into a couple of the weapon ones as well, because I've received a few comments recently on the rifle video saying that it's not there anymore, or you now get stuck in the cave. So if people are interested, let me know in the comments down below and we'll get on that. So the main features of the update are the 3 new raft structures, which you can see in the background: the small raft, medium raft, and the houseboat. Now, these things are good on the open ocean and some of the lakes that you find dotted around the game. There are some pretty big lakes, but when it comes to the little streams and stuff and the little rivers, I didn't find it to be that worthy. You just get stuck on stuff all the time, and it's just a little bit slow. So whether they'll figure out the hitbox on those, make it a little bit better so you're not crashing into everything constantly, we'll have to wait and see. Now, alongside that, you need somewhere to tie up your boat, and that is the new mooring structure. It's basically a log that you stick on a base or any piece of ground near water, and you can just tie your boat up there and it won't float away. So, pretty cool. And then, as I've already mentioned, the Night V and the glider holders, just to pretty up the base a little bit, make things a little bit more neat. And then Steam game recording and drawn defensive wall structures, as well as the secret player findable outfit. Now, the buildable structures is an interesting one because it does streamline that process a little bit. You can pretty much just map out an entire wall around your base if you want now. Instead of having to sort of fanny around, do it bit by bit, you can just build an entire base in one hit, then just have Kevin do the rest of the work. So it does work really well. It's nice, easy, and it's quick. And then there's also been tons of improvements to the weapons and loads of other stuff, which quite cool. I like it. I'm glad that they're still adding improvements and fixes this far down the line. Now, when it comes to the improvements, this is the list of them here. There's a decent amount of stuff. There's just over 20, so a good amount. And some of them pretty cool. Some of them could just be little bugs or issues that you may not even notice in the game, but they've put a lot of time and thought into making things a little bit better, going through the community feedback on the Reddits and all the forums and stuff. They don't really communicate well with the community. You'll see odd dev letters or something like that here and there, and then interviews that they have with journalists. But other than that, you don't really hear much from them. There's a little bit more on the forums, but that's if you're going into the forums and having a look, which most normal casual players are just going to Google it. They're not going to go read through the entire forum to find certain things. So I would like to see a little bit more as their future plans and what they're going to do out in the open. We'll have to wait and see if there is any news for something later on down the line. But when it comes to the improvements, the bows, shotgun, and slingshot aiming have all been improved, and that goes for all bows. And the arrow path will now match the trajectory when shooting the bows. Skip place animation now applies when adding logs to ghost structures. The ability to revive players whilst dying and swimming at the same time. Players will now enter a water death state if they died out of water and then fell into it. Kelvin now has a faster swimming animation, which he will use most of the time, because Kelvin pretty slow. And that also applies to Virginia as well, so both of those will be moving a little bit faster. You can add new things to your shelves, such as golf cart batteries. And then when it comes to the rafts, to make them more usable out in open ocean, they've extended the world bounds. Now, I don't know if we're going to see any islands or anything like that dotted off of the actual map now, whether they've added anything new. I've not seen anything new about it, but it's not really something I've thought about until reading through the specs thoroughly. So there could be something in there. There could be a little island which potentially has that new secret outfit. I think that would be quite cool, adding little islands dotted out in the ocean with some POIs just off the coast of the main island. I think that would be just interesting and something to keep players a little bit more engaged as well when going out there. They've also done some graphics fixes, so grab bag UI layout has been improved, motion blur has gone, improved the look of ghost structures when intersecting with cameras, optimized certain bits in games like fire, drying racks, collider optimization for firewood, chandeliers, stuff like that. Everything that you can put in your base will now fit a little bit better, look a bit better when it goes in there. So for those base builders out there, this really is a good update, as well as adding the new holdable structures, some other little bits and bobs. Really going to make the building feel a little bit more fun, fluid, and just make things look all around a little bit better. So overall, though, pretty good update. Loads and loads of cool stuff in there. It is an absolutely gargantuan one. I don't think we've seen one this big since their final update back in February of 2024. So pretty cool. What's that, 10 months now since that last update? So loads of cool stuff has happened since then. And if you want to see some updated guide videos or some more gameplay, let me know in the comments down below and we'll get on that. I've noticed a lot of the Sons of the Forest stuff has been picking up recently. I think they must have had a sale because we've got a lot of interest in a lot of the guide videos. So massive thanks for all the support on that over the last few weeks. But now, though, we are going to wrap that one up. Once again, anything you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.